Welcome back to another video and another weigh-in update. If it's your first time here, my name is Beck. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'm in my bedroom. I'm in my usual surroundings. It feels like an absolute age since I've sat down here and done any recording. Probably because it has been a really, really long time since I've done it. I can't actually remember the last time. I think I've been in various different locations, mostly in my car. But I'm here. And what we'll just be having a little chat this week, I think. In fact, probably most weeks are like a little chat. Now, I don't want to keep bleating on about what I'm doing and how I'm finding it because it's probably going to get a bit repetitive. So I thought rather than doing that, you know that I'm enjoying what I'm doing. You know that I'm not doing or sticking to any diet. I'm just eating what I want when I want it without any restrictions and trying to incorporate lots of fruit and veg. However, this week I haven't done an awful lot of that, but I've still done a fair bit, just not as much as I wanted to, should we say. But I don't, like I said, I don't want to keep going on about what I'm doing because it's just going to get repetitive. And I've just repeated myself by saying that, the irony. So I have, like I say, I've carried on doing it. I've taken things into work with me. What I'm finding is if I'm not very organised at home, which I'm not in that routine, but I'm slowly getting back into the little routines that I used to have. And I need to start going shopping more or doing click and collects or something. I haven't really... The only thing is with click and collects, I really like the thought of them, but sometimes I don't want to rely on the pickers to choose my fruit and veg. Is that weird, or does anybody else feel like that? Because I like to choose, for example, bananas, I like to choose some eat me ones and keep me ones. And I know you can buy the eat me, keep me ones, but I'd rather buy them loose. I don't even know why I need to tell you that. I don't. But that's the reason that I'm not using a click and collect at the moment. But I really need to give people a chance because I might be surprised. So, yeah, it's been a really good week. It's been a lovely... Do you know what? There's been so many things happen this week. Good things and bad things. Now, you may remember a few weeks ago we had some bad news and it was very sad news. One of our friends from the Filipino community passed away. She was very young. So we had that on Friday, the funeral for her. And just, my heart just goes out to the family because just seeing what they're going through, and you know, when it's somebody that you know that's close to your age and they've got young, yeah. So there's been that. There's been obviously work things going on and kid things going on. So we've had some meals out, which is not unusual for us because that, you know, like I said, that happens fairly regularly, and it's me just incorporating that into our daily lives, the food that I'm eating when I'm out and doing that. And I went out for drinks yesterday. Well, I didn't drink, but the ladies I was with were drinking. So with my lovely ladies from my new job, which there was neither three of us, and we went out to Cardiff. It was lovely. I mean, you know, there was drinking going on. I wasn't drinking, I was driving. And I think everyone was enjoying themselves. We watched a bar play. We didn't. We watched a band play in a bar is what happened. And ended the night fairly early. What did happen, which I have to tell you, because I'm going to give her a shout out, I met a lovely lady called Nikki who was here from Kent down watching Ed Sheeran and walked past me and said, "You do YouTube?" I was like, oh my God, yes I do. Now, I hadn't told the ladies that I was with, that I work with, that I do YouTube. So I had a little bit of explaining to do. And I did have a little bit of explaining to do. I mean, it's not something, as you know, it's not something I keep a secret. I didn't really tell many people when I first started doing it, but it's been more than 5 years now. So everybody that knows me mostly knows that this is what I do, and I love doing it. I love doing it because it keeps me accountable. I mean, I'm completely different when I'm shown a camera if I'm out to how comfortable I am in my own home when I'm recording videos like this, it's so different. Really, I am. Like one of the ladies I was with yesterday, she likes to take photos and I'm a bit awkward on camera. And even when I showed Jeff, he said, why are you smiling like that? And I'm like, I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm very awkward. I am. But because I'm in my own home here, I'm quite comfortable. So the fact that Nikki walked past me, lovely lady, and recognised me from YouTube, I was absolutely floored. I really was. But she was so lovely about it. I mean, I don't know what I expected it to be like, or why I didn't expect it to be lovely about it. But I said to her, are you local? And she said, no, I'm from Kent. And that, I think, made me even more surprised. I was like, whoa. So that was an exciting day. I don't know how she felt about it. I was very excited. So, hi Nikki. I wish I'd taken a photo. I really do. I did see, it's not something I thought of at the time, but I wish I had taken a photo with her, but I didn't. So apologies that we didn't get a photo, because I would have loved to have shared that. That would have been even better. But it was lovely to meet you. And I'm rambling now, and I didn't want to ramble. I just wanted to have a little chat about how things are going, which, like I said, things have been going okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you my book this week. And like I said, I haven't incorporated as much fruit and veg as I want to be having going forward, but I still came in with a loss. Now, for me, I'm smiling already. It was only a small loss. It was a £0.5 pound loss again, which I think, because I've been unrestrictive, because I've been just eating intuitively, I'm not following any kind of plan. I'm not. Do you know what I will tell you though? And this for me, it was a proper pat on the back moment for me today. So I went to the shop, and for no reason at all, I've already had food today. And I mean, it was probably a good couple of hours before I was in the shop that I'd eaten. But I went into the shop and I thought, I really want a meal deal. And I don't want the kind of meal deals I've been having, where I've been having like, what do you call it? A packet? A tub of salad, we'll call it. I can't think what it's called. The side salads that you get in Tesco's. Because I've been having one of those with my meal deals and then splitting them in half and having the pasta the following day as well. But I didn't want that. I wanted full on, like, triple pack of sandwiches, packet of crisps, drink. And I stood there, and I was stood in front of the fridge for what felt like an absolute eternity. It wasn't. It was probably only a couple of seconds. And my head was doing all these things, like thoughts going through my head. And I'm thinking, I was arguing with myself in my own head. Do I want that? Do I really want that? Why do I want it? I don't need it. And I was having this whole conversation that brought me back to my teenage years. And I was telling Jeff about it downstairs. And I thought to myself, no, I don't need it. I don't even want it. I just felt like I wanted to buy it for no reason. And I walked out and I didn't buy it. And I was really proud of myself. And if you've had any kind of moment like that, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And it goes back, like I say, to my teenage years, where I was explaining to Jeff. I can remember, I don't even know whether I've ever told anybody this. Even probably my mother doesn't know. So she'll be watching this thinking, oh my God. And I think she's had her eyes opened in some of my previous videos where I've talked about eating half a loaf of bread and 10 chalk ices. That happened as well when I was a teenager. And I think that's where all my problems with food sort of stem from. And I can remember having, you know, the really long Swiss rolls. Cheap, I think they're about 99 pence. They're not expensive. They're not even that nice. I can remember buying those on several occasions and just eating a whole one throughout the day. Not all at once, but just eating and then hiding it under my bed, because I was like ashamed that I wanted to do this. I didn't want anybody to know that I was doing it. And I'd hide them under my bed until I just came back for more and came back for more. And I do this quite often. So it's no surprise that I ended up being almost 22 stone. But at that moment today, when I was stood there, I thought, it really sort of made me think. And I thought, no, just leave the shop, don't buy it, get out. So that's what I did. And I didn't buy anything. And by the time I got to the car, and you've got time to process it and to think about things then. And I thought, I'm really glad I just did that, because by not doing it, you just feel that much stronger. So yeah, it was a bit of a, I don't know. And I think as well, my mindset over the last few years since I've been doing various things, various diets, I suppose, it does change your mindset. It does make you think twice about things. But doing what I'm doing at the moment is probably the strongest I felt in so long. And I honestly think it's because I'm not restricting anything. And I know that when I was doing calorie counting, I wasn't restricting things then. But I think trying to do the whole counting of calories, for me, it never, looking back, I was actually looking back at my book. I haven't showed you my book yet, have I, for today? So I'll show you that. So there we are. Oh, it's not, well, yesterday I weighed. So 17.6.5. So that's a half a pound off. 3 stone and half a pound in total. 3 stone and half a pound since January 2020, and 4 stone and half a pound. Is that right? No, 4 stone 3.5. It's not right. Shall I start again? I always mess that bit up. 17.6.5 today, and that is a half a pound off this week. 3 stone and half a pound since January of 2020, and 4 stone 3.5 since I was at my heaviest, which was nearly 22 stone. So 21 stone 10. And when I was looking back, that's what I was going to say. When I was looking back through my book, looking back at the calorie counting side of things, I didn't, even though we all know, and it's common sense, it's logic, to think that you just need to eat in a calorie deficit. It didn't, I don't even know why it didn't work for me, because what I'm doing now is no different. I'm just not counting the calories. I'm not restricting anything. I'm having what I want when I want it. But I don't know whether it's because I've taken the pressure of counting the calories that I seem to be in a better mindset and a better frame of mind. And that's why it's working better at the moment. And that's what I'm going to say, because I said that I'd give it a month. This is my 3rd weigh-in doing intuitive eating, balanced eating, whatever you want to call it. And I've had a loss each week. However small, it's still been a loss. So that I'm really pleased with. I'm going to carry on doing it. And next week, it might all change next week. I might put, what have I lost so far? 2.5. I've only lost 3.5 pounds in 3 weeks. But you know what? If I can do it however slowly, I'm just going to keep on doing it, because hopefully by it coming off slowly, it's not going to go back on as quickly. I don't know whether that's how it works. I'm guessing it probably doesn't, because if you lose it slowly and then just eat like a pig, it's going to go back on whatever happens. It's just going to not do that. But there we are. So that is my week in a nutshell. I've talked a lot today. Thank you for listening if you've got this far. And I'm going to carry on doing what I'm doing. And last week will be my sort of reassessment week, where I decide whether I'm going to carry on going. But I honestly at the moment feel like this is the right thing for me to do. I'm still feeling really happy that I'm doing it. I'm feeling really positive that things are working. I'm going to bring a little bit more exercise. I did go to the local gym last week for a meeting, because my company has corporate membership. Did I tell you this before? I'm not sure. So I did have a meeting there, and just like an appointment about what they've got to offer and stuff. So because it's half price, I might decide to do that. I would do it mainly for the swimming. I probably wouldn't go to classes, but never say never. So I've just been dancing about in my kitchen to my little soundtracks like I love. And I'm going to ramp that up a bit this week, I think. I might do some, because I've still been doing obviously my Lucy Wyndham read, but now I do that because I know them quite well, the workouts. I do them to a bit of music as well, which I wasn't doing before. There we are. Recommend it to anyone. But if it's something, because I've seen a lot of people comment that they'd love to do something like this, but they don't trust themselves and they don't think they'd be able to. And do you know what? for me, I didn't either. But what I will say is, if you're going in there with negative thoughts, it definitely is not going to work. So until you tell yourself that you can do it, don't even think about starting it, because you've got to be positive. You really do. You can do it. If you can do other things, you can do this. And I sound really pushy now. Wouldn't we all like to get to a place where we're not counting calories, where we're not doing Slimming World or Weight Watchers or whatever it is we're doing? But then some people need them. Some people like the social side of them, and I loved that as well. I did. It was lovely having the groups and the meetings, and now that all that's back on. And I suppose for some people that might be the only interaction they get every week, so they want to do it for that reason. Absolutely. And I get that. I really do. So ignore what I just said. I'm not going to push anybody into doing it. You know me, I wouldn't anyway. So if you're doing whatever you're doing, because we all want the same end goal, we've all got the same end goal, we all want the same end result. I hope you've all had lovely weeks. I hope everything is going well for you. I'm sending thoughts to those of you things are not going quite so well for, because I do get messages and people are in different places. So I'm thinking of all of you as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.
So, £0.5 off today. I haven't got my glasses on, I can't see. 3 stone and a half, 4 stone, 3.5. 3 stone and half a pound, 4, 3.5. Okay, shall I start that again, because I'm not making any sense at all. So £0.5 off today, so I was 17 stone 6.5, and that is 4 stone and half a pound. No, I'm really messing this up.